Well, hello there. I'm Emily Mary Longstaff, and welcome to Dine With Us, the show that challenges the British nation to cook Middle Eastern cuisine. All right, so us Brits don't really talk like that. However, we are a world away from the Middle East, and I don't just mean geographically. Throughout the series, I'm going to be challenging some British hopefuls.
Simple British recipes, you know, batter, sausage, bang.
And put their cooking skills to the test to see if they're up to the challenge of cooking some beautiful Middle Eastern dishes. That looks a bit... Participants will be competing against each other.
Today is just another challenge in my life, and a challenge that I aspire to win.
They will be scored by me,
Disaster!
the presenter. You know it's not happening. On the presentation of the meal,
The dessert got a little bit burnt.
the taste,
It's a bit chewy.
and the time it takes them to prepare it.
I don't like to waste a lot of time cooking, so you can get it done quickly.
Will the British stereotype suffice? And in fact, how will I handle the challenge myself, not being a qualified chef? I don't know. I was terrified of that chilli. I wanted to run from the room screaming. In each episode, I'll be giving the competitors a menu to prepare that is created using dishes from a country in the Middle East.
I would call it harissa.
Harissa.
You can't do that, can you?
Yeah, you're right, it's a bit hot. Today I've come all the way to Loughton to meet Adam. Let's go and see what he's up to. Adam, it's lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi, how are you?
In today's episode of Dine With Us, I'm venturing back to my hometown of Essex to meet Adam. He may now live in the town I grew up in, however his descent is a little more exotic.
As you can hear, I haven't got the Essex accent. I'm actually originally from Birmingham. I'm
Birmingham.
in Birmingham.
In Birmingham.
In Brummie.
Adam, by trade, is a project manager,
So I like ordering people about.
though his interests have now led him on to a new, potentially fruitful, new line of work.
And I've been doing a bit of film and TV work.
The transition to working in film and TV was quite an odd one, but you know, it really suits his personality.
Oh, I really like the look of this menu. I'm looking forward to making, especially the chicken, because that would be really lovely.
And I think he does he seems to do a really good job at what he does.
2 weeks ago, I don't want to drop any names, but I was on a George Clooney movie. And on the first day of the shoots, in walks in Matt Damon, John Goodman, Bill Murray, and Hugh Bonneville from Downton or something.
Opposed to his adventurous and somewhat eccentric line of work, Adam leads a fairly normal lifestyle. He lives in a nice house out in the country with his partner and a few pets.
I have 3 characters. I have Sunny, Cloudy, and Snowy, and they are 3 chickens. One of them's got you'll see a funny hairstyle. We call her Donald Trump sometimes because it looks like a big wig.
Overall, he is just your standard,
So I was a British World War II soldier.
average
Yep.
British man, really.
I think it must be a midlife crisis thing.
So is this your local?
It is, yes.
First went to meet Adam in a pub, and I was expecting, kind of 11 a.m. to see him having a bit of a cup of coffee, maybe reading the paper in the morning. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Bloody Mary.
I didn't even know what was in a Bloody Mary. What does that consist of? That doesn't sound Middle Eastern at all.
No, it's not. It's tomato juice, Worcester sauce, lemon, a bit of spice, and obviously some vodka.
Right. Vodka? Vodka at 11 a.m? Really?
So I started off with a Bloody Mary, just to probably calm my nerves before God knows what the ordeal of the rest of the day was going to be.
Well, I have something slightly different in my bag for you. The recipes that you're going to be making for us today.
I'm looking forward to this.
Right, so these are some Middle Eastern dishes from Tunisia that
Okay.
we put together.
Lovely. I haven't cooked Tunisian before, so I was intrigued what that was per se.
We've got a starter of Salata Tunisia, which is like a Tunisian salad.
Yes, a salad starter which looked fairly harmless.
For the main, Tunisian couscous.
Lovely. The main course was a couscous-based chicken dish, which I thought, okay, I've done that sort of thing before, shouldn't be too much of a stretch.
And then for the pudding, something slightly different from what you might expect. It's called Tunisian farka, and it's actually made with couscous as well, but
Oh.
it is a sweet version. And
A
it is
sweet
meant
version.
For a dessert.
Lovely,
So
double
we'll-
couscous, interesting. Couscous again, which I thought, that's strange.
Couscous. I mean, I know we picked the dish for him, but couscous for dessert? What are your first thoughts and all of that?
Yes, there's a lot of couscous going on here, which will be very interesting. But yes, it looks like an interesting menu. I was well up for it, especially after the Bloody Mary.
So, with introductions out of the way, recipes successfully passed on, and Adam moderately intoxicated, we decided it was time to venture onto the kitchen so that the Tunisian cooking expedition could begin. So, we're back in your kitchen now. It's a lovely kitchen, I must say.
Thank you.
Looking around, you've got some interesting things, especially this knife holder there. I must say it's a little bit intimidating.
Don't worry, I won't stab you with it.
Unless you don't win, of course.
So I looked at the recipes and tried to work out the best order and time to prepare everything.
So what order are you actually going to do this? Have you got a game plan, Adam?
I think so, yes. I mean,
Right.
some things need longer cooking time and some things need to be done fresh towards the end. Being a project manager, I thought I'd go in and work it all out ahead of time so I wouldn't be caught out too much. So I'm actually going to do it in reverse. I'm
Right.
going to prepare the dessert first because that looks like that can hang around for a while. Then I will hit onto the main course where there's quite a lot of prep to do, but then I can cook that fresh. And then finally the starter, because the ingredients there need to be fresh and not discoloured, so I will do that as the very last thing. So we started actually in reverse, so we actually tackled the dessert first, because I read in the notes that it could rest for 4 hours before you finish cooking it. So great.
Are you going to walk backwards as well when you're doing everything?
Yep.
Ah, maybe not.
Maybe not. So I went to the dessert and I looked at it and I thought, okay, farka. So it's the couscous dessert. I had to get my head around that. Farka.
I think it is Tunisian farka.
Yes, we should be doing farka. Well, am I going to like this or not? I wasn't too sure. Couscous for a dessert, that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, to me that's...
I've never had it as a dessert, so I hope it tastes half all right.
I thought this is just going to end terribly. Anyway, despite myself and Adam's pessimistic approach to the dessert, this Dine With Us candidate definitely seems to have his head screwed on, even if he does like to walk backwards. Adam has carefully organised the day's proceedings with the utmost precision, timing everything perfectly to ensure each grain of couscous is cooked to perfection. Let's hope his plans can come to fruition.
The ingredients, it's interesting, it's in cups,
What is the measurement of a cup?
which is the American way.
Is it 300 millilitres? What is it? It turns out that a cup is actually equivalent to 240 millilitres. To make the dish, we have given Adam the following ingredients, which hopefully he will be able to measure out accurately. 2 2/3 cups of couscous, 2 2/3 cups of water, half a cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 1/2 cups of chopped toasted mixed nuts, 8 ounces of pitted dates, 2 cups of milk. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, Adam should end up with a dessert that vaguely resembles this.
So luckily I have some cup measurements, so I'll be able to use some of these. I don't usually have an audience watching me cooking, and it felt a bit like someone was in the bathroom with you. It was your personal space.
Are they like the dolls? What are they called?
Russian dolls.
They're like the Russian
But
dolls.
they're done
That's
as,
amazing.
as measuring cups.
That's
so,
amazing. So they slot together and go inside each
I picked
other.
these up in America when I was there, so because I thought someday someone might come along with a cup recipe.
Cup recipe.
So yes, I'm going to use that instead.
Thankfully, Adam actually came really well prepared, and he had these little Russian doll things that you kind of take out of each other, and they actually tell you that it kind of this is 1 cup, this is half a cup, this is 2/3 of a cup. I was like, okay, wow, I didn't know that a measurement of 2/3 of a cup actually existed formally, but there you go. Okay, so we'd hit our first snag. The measuring utensils stated weren't exactly what we'd expected. However, with the help of Adam's doll thingies that were supposedly measuring cups and not toys, we were well on our way. With that sorted, we began preparing the ingredients for the dessert.
Chop my nuts. We had a little bit of banter, a few innuendos thrown in, but I think the rapport went quite well.
When Adam was chopping the nuts, I was terrified, not only by his innuendos, but by the kind of the speed. He was like going chop, 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 chop.
Right.
And I was thinking, don't chop your fingers off, please, love.
Well, we've got a mixture there.
Some were teeny and some were like just whole nuts.
I had to toast my nuts. As I was chatting away, and I think I'd left them on just a little bit too long, I think Emily couldn't smell it at first, but I could smell it, the sort of slight burning instead of really toasting.
Ouch! Burning your nuts sounds painful. However, Adam quickly recovered and had the ingenious idea of sieving out the burnt bits, filtering out the blackened fragments of nuts that wouldn't be so tasty. That's perfect!
Isn't that brilliant?
That is clever thinking, you know?
I had this genius idea of getting the old sieve out and filtering out most of the burnt little bits of nuts.
I mean, who would have thought to use a sieve with nuts? Adam, obviously.
The ones that weren't burnt ended up in the dessert, and the ones that were either went to the chickens or to Emily. Both were particularly happy, I think. Oops!
There you go. That's the chicken soda then.
Yeah, I mean, actually, yes, definitely.
Chickens can come in and clean the kitchen. Towards the end of making the pudding, everything was going on at once. We had things boiling up here, we were getting the wrong measurements here, we're having to convert cups to grams, I think, I don't even know. It was just so confusing. I have absolutely no idea how Adam stayed on top of it.
So I think it'll be a bit like imagine a cereal. Right, so imagine this as your Weetabix or whatever it is, and then you add milk on top or the side, and the sugar to taste, and it becomes effectively a sort of Tunisian sort of hot, sort of desserty cereal.
So with a lot of effort and hard work, Adam seemed to have finally successfully produced a Tunisian farka, which actually looked relatively promising, even if Adam did think it looked like a bowl of cereal. Anyway, the chickens seemed to like it.
Here you go, girls. Some of my dessert. Well, the chickens like it. If they were the judges, I think I'd get through.
I think so too, Adam. Unfortunately for you, however, I'm not a chicken. At least, I don't think I am. Right, let's hope your chickens appreciate the main course just as much as their dessert. To make the main dish of the day, Tunisian couscous, we have provided Adam with the following ingredients: 6 chicken thighs, 3 medium potatoes, 1 can of chickpeas, 1 cup of peas, 2 medium onions, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of tomato puree, 2 teaspoons of harissa paste, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of coriander, 300 ml of passata, 1 chicken stock cube, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 500 grams of medium couscous, and some whole large green chilies, though these are optional if, like me, you don't have the stomach for spicy food. Couscous is a staple food in the Middle East, and combined with chicken is a traditional Tunisian meal that's both delicious and good for you. When Adam's combined all of the ingredients, the dish should hopefully look like this. Coming up, Adam and I take our banter to the next level.
Well, I'm just going to see how bad you were.
I was terrified.
Think of your worst enemy and just go splat.
I wanted to run from the room screaming. Will we both survive the next course? Stay tuned to find out.
Looked like I'd been in an Essex horror film.
Let's move on to the main course. That's the one that really counts.
Right. No pressure then.
Oh yeah, no pressure, you know. We've kind of dealt with the cups thing. Got there in the end.
It doesn't look too complicated here.
Famous last words, Adam. It might not look too complicated, but in reality, these things never turn out to be as easy as first perceived. Anyway, with his optimism thoroughly restored, Adam began the dish by preparing the onions, though not without some mumbles of dissatisfaction along the way. So you're not impressed with our selection of onions for you?
You could have gone a little bit larger. Oh, don't get emotional. Right, so there we go. So I'm going to pop those into the frying pan. Right, so the onions are gently frying. We don't want them burnt like my nuts from earlier.
No, we definitely don't, Adam. Anyway, on to preparing the garlic.
I like crushing it first. So you go to the back of the knife and you go, think of your worst enemy and just go splat.
So what about your partner? Does he like that you eat a lot of garlic, or is it something that's not too favourable?
No, it's all acceptable.
He doesn't sound too sure about that one. Anyway, that's not the only item we're adding to flavour the dish. Maybe some turmeric will cancel out the destructive smells of garlic. What kind of,
It's not hot.
oh, what kind of flavour does it give it?
When you eat it, we'll find out. No,
I shouldn't do that, should I?
You shouldn't.
Just about to then, that's really mean. I was just about to go, mmm.
Well, you certainly then find out what turmeric tastes like.
I've gone a bit yellow. How do you reckon that's
Do you
how they
want
make
this?
fake
Look.
tan?
Now, yeah, probably.
Is that how they make fake tan?
I was not surprised at all that Emily thought that turmeric would make fake tan, being from Essex herself. There you go. Have I been on the beaches for 2 weeks now?
Not quite.
Or in Essex?
You're yellow, not orange.
But, of course, she doesn't have any of that fake tan on her. I'm just going to...
Guessing.
This is a guesstimate.
A guesstimate.
Yes, it's a proper word.
I'm truly in Essex now when you get all those words.
Guesstimates.
Is it going to taste ream? Is it going to taste buff?
Buff.
It's going to taste buff. Now this is language I can understand. Adam doesn't just talk in Essex slang though. He has a few colloquialisms of his own that aren't quite as, buff.
Because I'm Jewish, you know, I would call it harissa.
Harissa.
Yeah, you can't do the can you? You're not Middle Eastern.
No.
I don't know what it is, but I can tell you're not Middle Eastern.
Can you really?
Just a
I
little
thought
bit.
I looked really Middle Eastern. Damn, I thought I'd fooled him there. Never mind. On with the harissa paste.
2 teaspoons of harissa paste, or harissa paste.
Harissa. I don't want to do that over the sauce. I might spit a bit, so I'm going to stop trying.
The recipe said to put the chicken straight into the pan with the, not like browns, and I thought, nah, that's not going to have any flavour. What are they thinking? I might, if I may,
Fry it a little bit.
fry it a little bit just to get some colour, not too much oil. So I improvised and I actually fried off the chicken first with the skin to make it as tender and as juicy as possible.
And it's extra virgin olive oil, I think.
It might be.
It might be. It might be.
One never knows. It's normal.
Oh. Adam seemed to be very, very knowledgeable when it came to actually cooking the chicken thighs. I mean, he said that they weren't kind of the best cut of meat, but if you sealed them well, which is something I didn't know about, then they would absorb the flavour more.
The more you crisp it up, the more flavour gets encapsulated. So I was really wanted to put that little edge on it, just raise it up.
Thumbs up from me.
Is that how far the budget went? Regular olive oil. Honestly, how could you? Actually, you don't. You know, with extra, I'm going to sound like a right food snob. You know, with extra virgin, you shouldn't actually cook with it.
When it came to the olive oil, Adam really seemed to know what he was talking about. He was explaining to me that you don't really want to use extra virgin olive oil to cook things in because it's almost too rich or, well, to be honest, I didn't really understand what he was talking about. But he seemed to know what he was talking about.
It's too rich. It burns sooner as well, I think. Normal olive oil for cooking and extra for salads and dressings, but not for cooking. Have you learnt something today?
I have. But you could just be telling me rubbish and I wouldn't know. Knows more than me.
I've got a question for you then, if you can. It's trigonometry. Easy stuff, right?
Yeah. Hang on a minute. What's this got to do with cooking? Well,
So
depends.
sine or sin, cos and tan.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, they're different numbers. They're all
But
numbers.
are they specific numbers? So
Yes.
what is tan?
I don't know off the top of my head, like 0.1 something, probably.
And do you know if it's bigger than cos?
I don't know off the top of my head. That's why we have them on a calculator. Adam really does put me to shame.
Isn't school now everything's on iPads or something?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I thought everything's just gone multi, electronic and everything's taught by robots now and
No. With the uncomfortable small talk out of the way, it was time to prepare the vegetables, without the aid of a robot. Let's hope a potato peeler will suffice. Right, we're going to have a job peeling all of these in time, aren't we? I'm
Well,
going to have to help you.
I've got 2 peelers.
You're going to be able to test me. Can I peel a potato?
Yeah. Do you want conventional or...
Oh, I don't know. I don't really peel potatoes. Oh dear. I wonder which one's easier.
Easier, probably that one.
Okay.
Probably. Right.
Lying.
So when did you last peel a potato?
Oh, it must have been at least 12 months ago. More like 4 years.
Well, and longer, I think.
Oh, maybe. It's all about microwave meals. I lead a busy lifestyle. It's not that I can't do it. It's just,
You can't do it. Right, do you want to use that one? Might be
Is
easier.
it? See, you knew you were lying to me.
Well, I was just going to see how bad you were.
Throughout the course of making the dish, Adam did seem very, very confident.
Do that. It's very simple.
still struggling with this one.
Am I going to be finished with this one as well before you're
Probably.
done with that one?
So, you know what? I could kind of tell he was bluffing sometimes. It's competition, but I don't know. It's not a competition. I don't
It's not a
want to
competition. Quicker,
It is
quicker.
a competition, but not for me.
No.
I'm bad. Thank goodness it's not a competition for me. Otherwise, I don't think I'll be doing so well. I deal with it.
At least you
I
can
can't
say
win
you
anything
actually
anyway.
helped prepare the meal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cute.
Thank you. I'm
well.
talking Essex again. Thank you.
Very well, if I don't say so myself. It's a
Thank
very
you.
well peeled potato.
Thank you. This is actually the best of the three, I thought.
So with the aid of my expert help and assistance, Adam was well on his way to finishing the main course. All that's left is to make the couscous, which is supposedly the easiest part.
See, Middle Eastern pyramids. It's like at the petrol pump. Oh no, I've gone one over.
2 grams over. Disqualification.
Most of it. There's the 2 grams gone, you
There's
see.
a 3 grams gone. 3 grams.
Oh no, 499.
You should be worried, Adam. If you have 1 grain of couscous too many or too few, the whole meal will be ruined. Maybe not.
It's actually feeling, it's like when you're on the beach and
Oh, is it? Like
running your
sand?
fingers through obviously very thick sand.
I don't know what beaches you've been on. I don't know where Adam's been booking his holidays from. I think he is somewhat heat deprived though, as the next thing Adam insisted on doing was adding a chilli to the mixture.
Right, so I'm going to take the chilli.
And you're going to take up the tea to me?
Yeah. You're more than welcome to have a chew if you wish.
Ah, no. I was terrified of that chilli. I wanted to run from the room screaming. I mean, I know it's like that big and it can't actually like jump up and eat me, but yeah, I still wanted to just get the hell out of there.
Yeah, these are the hottest part of any chilli, the seeds, but it's still hot. So I'm just going to use a tiny bit of this because a tiny bit will go a long way. See, there's even a seed there.
The worst thing about making something with like chilies with anything spicy is if you get it in your fingernails.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So painful.
Or another part of your body.
Are you talking from experience there, Adam?
There we go. So that's coming up to... So's my kitchen.
You
Just
splashed
splashed
a
the
bit.
tiles. That was going to happen, wasn't it? Well, I managed to get turmeric up the walls, and it looked like I'd been in an Essex horror film. There was orange everywhere. Looks like I've murdered someone with my knife set. And it's got the turmeric, so I've got orange walls now.
Looks like
It's good for Essex, isn't it? Orange walls. I got it onto my skin. I started to look like an Essex boy with orange everywhere. That wasn't fun at all.
What are you
Okay,
saying about my complexion?
natural.
When Adam got turmeric up the wall, I was in hysterics. I was thinking, we're in Essex, the whole kitchen's going to be orange now. It's going to suit Essex.
Now it's cooking time and checking time. Yeah,
So we're
but
gonna
the main is done.
So we're going to get on with the starter.
Yes, I think we should have a little clear up first.
Yes, we should. Yeah, it is a bit of a mess. So with the main course done, and Adam feeling very optimistic,
It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Believe me, everything's going to work out perfectly.
it was time to get on with the last course we had to prepare today, which was, ironically, the starter. Let's hope that turns out as well. Coming up, we hear some shocking revelations from Adam's supposedly good friend.
So I'll never say anything really nice about him in front of him anyway.
So, last bit now, ironically, it should have really been the first bit, but
It's the easiest bit.
that's the easy. Oh, is it the easiest bit?
Well, not easy, but it needs to be fresh. Because I guess it's only going to be half an hour away. So
Oh, yeah.
I need to get this done,
So
really.
pressure is on really for the starter. It's
Yes.
called Salata Tunisia. Other words, a Tunisian salad.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever eaten this, so it'll be an interesting experience.
To make the starter of Salata Tunisia, which is, simply put, a Tunisian salad, we have given Adam the following ingredients. 1 cup of ripe tomatoes, peeled and chopped, 1 cup of chopped onion, 1 cup of diced green pepper, half a cup of hot green chilies, 1½ tablespoons of vinegar, 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of mint leaves and 1 small green apple. Hopefully when all those ingredients are combined, the salad will look something like this.
Now, I might present it in this lovely bowl, I think, which I got from Spain, actually. But it has, I think, a sort of a very Moroccan-y, sort of Middle Eastern-y look. Would you agree with these?
I wouldn't necessarily say the colours, because they're quite kind of earthen and...
Ermine?
Earthen.
Oh, earthen.
I don't know what that word even means, I just know it's a
It's a
word.
word?
It is a
Okay, fine.
word.
Earthen.
Earthen's a word. I'm not going to lie though, sometimes I say things, I know it's right, but I don't actually know what I'm talking about.
We believe you, we believe you.
Haha, I got you on that one, Adam. Earthen is actually a word. It means made of compressed earth, i.e. clay, just like Middle Eastern tagines are. I totally knew what I was saying. See?
Anyway, back to our recipe. So we've got the ripe tomatoes, which are fairly ripe. They're lovely colour, actually. So that's good. So peeled and chopped. I ain't peeling tomatoes for nobody. Do you know what peeling... Oh, I suppose I'll do one though.
Got a bit of a split personality there, Adam. Surely peeling tomatoes can't be that bad.
Have you ever peeled a... And you know what, I'm just going to make it.
Well, that's a silly question, isn't it? Do you use like a vegetable peeler?
No.
Oh. You don't peel tomatoes though.
Here you do, because you want to get the full flavour of the tomato, not the skin. Right? So the first thing you do,
Yeah.
you go into the top of it,
Yeah.
and you cut a little a cross.
Ah,
Right?
okay.
And that allows the water, when it goes in there, hot water, to penetrate it. Right?
Okay.
And it helps loosen up the skin. So what I'm doing is covering the tomatoes with boiling water.
Okay.
Not for long, so about half a minute.
It's like it's melting the glue that sticks the skin to the
I
flesh.
think that's exactly what it is. I don't know what it is that does it, but it does it.
Well, I've definitely learnt something today. I never knew that tomatoes had their skin stuck on with glue. Do you think they use Pritt stick?
And it feels nice, doesn't it?
Nice. So...
It's like, you know when you're on the beach and
Oh,
you've,
not another one.
and
Your
you've got
weird
two,
beach metaphors.
and you're peeling and you're pulling your skin off
Oh, no. Oh, okay, right, that's it. Take it back.
when you've been in the
red.
sun too long. Have you ever been in the sun too long?
I have, but thankfully,
You don't peel?
personality-wise, no.
Oh,
Well,
really? It's because of the red
once.
skin.
Yeah, I tend to
lucky.
go quite brown. I'm mixed with, obviously, Essex being orange.
But you're not lobster British
No, I
where
don't
it
really
all
go. I
peels
don't
off.
really go red. Oh, Okay, this is alright. I don't think I'm going to want to eat now. Well,
Putting you off. You
maybe
will.
I will. I probably will.
It'll
Yeah.
be so tasty, even my words can't put you
I'm
off.
just going to stay away from the tomatoes. I think. I was thinking I'm eating flesh.
And this flesh, we're going to give to the chickens. They'll love this.
I'm not coming around your house other than like for food, other than tonight. I don't think.
Oh, there's a
I've had a lovely day.
Yeah,
That-
right.
I have had a lovely day, Adam. Honestly, I just don't think that I've got as strong a stomach as you. I don't know about the viewers at home, but the thought of pulling my skin off right before I eat has definitely put me off my food. I will never look at a tomato again in the same way. Got
that stirring
cups
a few
again
minutes.
for the next bit. 1 cup
Oh
of chopped onion.
no!
Calm down, Adam. We've got to finish the starter. Then you can have your midlife crisis. But not before.
Wait till you try it. Wait till you try it. It'll be the best Tunisian food you've ever had.
Best only
Only
Tunisian
food you've
food.
ever had, yes. Then we're going to have a tiny bit of chilli, right?
No.
Half a cup.
Oh, God.
Do you want half a cup or do you
No.
want half of this? It says we need half a cup of chilies. Half a cup of chilies would have sent everyone to A&E. Half of this.
Ready?
Tiny bit. Tiny. So I'm going to even take the seeds out again. Emily said, don't put any chilies in, I don't like spice. I said, no, we've got to put some in, otherwise it won't have any flavour in. And she was being really sort of squeamish. I don't like chilli, I don't like onion.
What happens if I eat the chilli by accident?
What do you mean eat it?
Because you're not like blending it in. Like
Yes.
what happens if I get it in my bit and I eat it?
Well, you are going to get it in your bit, and it's going to be a little bit spicy, but it's not going to be burning your mouth off. Give her a little bit of a kick. That's what she needs, just a little bit of spice.
Great, Adam. Kick the judge. That's always a good way to impress. It's going to make me go to the toilet.
Everything makes people go to the toilet.
Maybe they meant like
No, they meant
unspicy chilli.
that's
That's such a
called
thing?
pepper.
Oh,
Trust me, I'm not a doctor, but I'm the next best thing.
you're the next best thing.
Right.
Sure you are, Adam. I think we'll ask your friend's opinion on that one when they arrive.
4 minutes to go. Chop the mint and chop the apple, and we can put the apple in just a tiny bit of lemon juice. The pressure, the pressure. Do you think they'll come on time? Do you think they'll come?
Worried they're going to come early. They're going to interrupt this.
They better turn up. So a bit of salt, bit of Percy pepper. Oh, should I just get my big one out? Is that my big one? It's very big though.
Okay.
Okay. Have you seen one that big?
No, never. There was a bit of a nervous laugh from me there. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be an innuendo or not. Nevertheless, that was the last course of the day. Finished. Woohoo! I've been starving throughout the making process, so I hope it all tastes good. Thankfully, the guests arrived in perfect synchrony with finishing the cooking. You timed that one well, Adam. You haven't introduced me to your guests, Adam.
On my right is my partner of 22 years.
Wow, 22 years. He doesn't even
Yes.
look 22, does he?
Oh no, I don't know that I want a cooking show in the house.
You know how much that is in dog years?
No. Chicken years?
Chicken
No.
years, we've done a lot of chickens today.
150.
He's been my faithful companion.
I get patted on the head like a dog.
Lovely dog.
Yes.
And then we have Jalpesh, who we've known for about 7 years now.
7, 8 years.
7, 8 years since we moved to Latin.
Latin.
And he's been a constant friend and supporter.
Well, Adam only told me last week that he was going to be in a cooking show, and I was in the car, stuck in traffic, and I couldn't stop laughing.
And of course Lottie, who we knew since she was...
Baby.
So hi, baby, yes.
I couldn't really believe that Adam was on a cooking show. I thought my dad was joking when he told me, but then when we got here, I realised it was true.
And obviously she's known us for the last 7 years, which is great. Yeah. So, and you for about 5.5 hours.
Very long time, friend. You go way back, me and Adam.
Yeah.
I think we're great friends anyway. Let's hope everyone still likes each other as much after we've eaten.
Go for it.
Tuck in.
Tuck in. Let's see what it's like. I don't know what it's like. I should have tasted it. It's easy. Like that?
The tomatoes are nice and fresh.
It is really nice. I say like I expected it to be, obviously.
I thought that Adam starter was really good actually, it was very fresh.
First thought, apples and red onions went well.
If I was going to make a tiny little criticism, I would say a little bit more salt.
More salt? Funnily enough, we didn't put any salt on the salad because, it's a salad. I think I'm going to have Adam's back on this one. There'll be no marks lost from me due to lack of salt. However, as mealtime discussion continued, the conversation descended into something that might lose Adam marks.
I've had to teach Michael Star Wars. Obviously. He was one of the few people on the planet who'd never seen Star Wars before he met me. Never.
I've never seen Star Wars.
2 more here.
Am I? Pinch me.
No, seriously, Lottie hasn't, I haven't.
Right, we need a Star Wars night.
Oh, God.
For sure. After Tunisian night. It's brilliant. Lottie will enjoy it.
Yeah.
Lottie didn't seem too convinced about that, and truth be told, I feel for her as I'm not a Star Wars fan either. Right, time for the main course.
Okay, so I can go straight for the main course if you would like that.
Not too much for me, Adam. I'm going for another meal.
Yeah.
Going for another meal, Jalpesh? That doesn't say much about Adam's cooking.
Okay, it's slow cooked, it's very soft.
Wow, look at this chicken, it's just falling off the bone.
Oh, actually, this is
The consistency is wonderful.
Have you just put salt without tasting the food?
Have you tried it?
Yes.
When Michael puts on salt,
Are you
I make...
a little bit defensive there?
No.
No, good.
When Michael puts salt on things, I go, Nina, Nina, and that means the salt police are coming.
I don't know if Adam actually objects to using salt in everything. I think it's become a little bit of a joke between us that I like things just that little bit saltier, and he's always reminding me about the health risks associated with it, which I think are all made up and over-exaggerated. And what with all this stuff about high blood pressure? I've got low blood pressure, so a bit more salt, thank you.
Turmeric. We managed to get some on our skin, on the walls.
I've decided I think that's how they make fake tans, turmeric.
Essex orange, I think. Turmeric.
Surely turmeric's like part of what they use to make fake tan. I mean, it dyes your skin. Fake tan dyes your skin. No? Maybe not. Still, it does sound logical, doesn't it?
I've cooked Adam pasta.
Yeah, Jalpesh is a lovely, lovely guy, but he can't.
I would say that I'm definitely a better cook than Adam.
Lottie, what's Daddy's favourite dish to make?
Lottie, can you tell them what a good cook I am, please?
No, tell him what dish he cooks.
I think your pocket money depends on it.
I just like to improvise. I'll just, I don't like reading recipes. I'll just get in there, and improvise, and I just create whatever's in the kitchen.
There's pasta and beans on toast.
Yeah, doing well, doing well.
My dad's cooking isn't very good. He normally cooks simple stuff. Scrambled egg. Wow.
Nice scrambled egg. I think I cook simple things well. I was just saying to Adam, actually, I would have eaten the whole plate if I wasn't going for my next meal. Well, Adam and I always mess around because I think it's a British sense of humour. If you like someone, you always tease them and say negative things about them. So I would never say anything really nice about him in front of him anyway. Well, I suppose I'll give it 9 out of 10. It's very tasty. It is tasty. I mean,
Here's your 20.
no, but it is tasty, so I can't fault it. I think in terms of presentation, Adam could have done better.
I'm going to give you an 8.
An 8? That could stop me flying off to a really hot
An
country
8?
on my own, because you could have come if you didn't give me the 9.
He's hard. Why 8 then? Where are the faults then?
Slightly under seasoned.
Oh! Did you see me use any salt or pepper? Did you see Lottie use any salt or pepper?
Did you see Emily?
Emily use any salt or pepper?
Did you see Emily cry? That's a Pink Floyd song.
That is indeed a Pink Floyd song, Adam, but that hasn't distracted me from the score Michael has given you. Let's hope he rates your dessert better. That's something that definitely shouldn't be salty, at least.
I'm just going to prepare you so you understand what's happening here.
What's happening here?
Yes, it's more couscous, right? That's the downside. Oh no, it's a downside. It's different. But it's going to be like a cereal. That's how the only way I can describe it. You're going to get your couscous here. Imagine that as your breakfast cereal. And you're going to have a bowl of sugar and a bowl of warm milk.
I didn't really think you could have couscous for dessert, and I didn't really know that you could put sugar on couscous and mix it with milk.
Neither did the rest of us, Lottie.
The idea is that you pour the milk and a bit of sugar to taste. Don't mark me down for sugar. And in there is sweet couscous and nuts.
I like the nuts bit.
That didn't quite sound right there, Yalpesh. Let's hope you like the whole dessert, not just the nuts.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I really don't know.
I don't know what this is going to taste like.
It's like muesli.
Delicious.
That's very good.
Yes.
Very nice. What's next?
We can go with Yalpesh to the Indian.
I'm sure Adam's got to be joking, as we are all thoroughly stuffed. And currently, I feel like a bloated hippopotamus, which doesn't sound too enticing, but it's definitely a good sign, as I wouldn't have eaten as much as I did if I hadn't been so tasty. All that's left to do now is score Adam. For the presentation of the dish, I will give him 3.5 out of 4. For the taste of the meal, I'm going to give Adam a 3 out of 4 for taste. For the overall process of the cooking and the time that it took Adam, I think I'm going to have to go for a 3 out of 4 again, which may sound, like a bit harsh, but then no one gets a full 4 out of 4 from me. So that's a very, very good score. Overall, this means that Adam got a 9.5 out of 12.
He is not a bad cook, so I thought that's actually pretty good.
We didn't even have to cook one of his chickens from the garden. In the next episode of Dine With Us, we're off to meet bike riding enthusiast Lauren.
Hi Emily, how are you? You alright?
Who loves to live life on the edge,
If in doubt, add more salt and pepper. That's what came on her shoes once.
though not without some alarming consequences.
I might have a bit of a mental breakdown,
Will she be able to withstand the cooking process?
Oh no! Oh my god, I thought that's a butterfly.
Or will she crumble under the pressures of the camera?
I'm gonna probably crawl into a corner and try and give myself a lobotomy.
Find out in the next episode of Dine With Us. Where's she gone?